What's up, DTMB? It's Ownin here, and finally I got around to making this video after I said for a long time I was going to do it, and finally it's here. What do I mean by shortcuts? Well, in Uncharted 3, there's climbing mechanics in this game, jumping mechanics that allow you to, it's how you traverse the map, basically. You just traverse the map by jumping, climbing, and whatever else. There's some obvious laid out parts to these maps that Naughty Dog has laid out for you, but in this video here, I'm going to demonstrate to you all the shortcuts that I know with that they probably didn't see that you could do. So here, for instance, on Airstrip, you don't have to climb that little pillar there to get on the roof. You can just climb you can just reach up from the ground level to get up there. And it's the smarter way to get up there unless you're, somewhere else. It's not very difficult to do as long as you have the ledge in your view, like on your camera, you'll be able to grab it. This one here, now, as I said before, and if you've ever listened to me, you should avoid ladders at all costs. So here, there's two ways you can avoid it. You can take this normal way that they intended for you to take, or you can take this crate here that they intended for cover and use that to get on the top there. I messed up there because I didn't have the ledge in my camera view. You have to have your camera angled slightly upward to grab it, but you'll grab it. It's the little things like these that make a difference in being able to get to people faster and getting to and more importantly in objective-based modes like plunder to get to the treasure faster and other important aspects of the game mode. And now we're going to move on to Chateau here. Now this little thing here isn't that big of a deal, but to me it is. Now see how he does that? See how Drake does that little get off the ledge animation there? That is really slow, and you can't really interrupt it with anything, and it's just awful to get into that animation. So what I do to avoid that on this map is I go up to the top right there, and now I'm free to do whatever I want to the guy that's up there. I don't have to worry about any lag from the animation that Drake was doing in the first normal route there. The second route there is just longer, so that's why this is the preferred route. Now here's the staircase here. This staircase, you can just run up it. You can do that, but you can also just climb up this ledge here. That it looks like a ledge. You can reach up from about it's like about a little lower than that. You'll see in a second. I show it's a little lower than that. You can grab about where I was about to grab, but I grabbed too soon. You can grab sooner than that, so it's faster, but I mean, maybe you don't want to take that sort of thing. It's not that big of a deal as far as a shortcut goes. So it's just a little thing I decided to point out, not really a shortcut. Now this is an interesting thing I discovered a while ago. Normally they have you take this route where you just climb up like that, and it's kind of slow. It's not really the most ideal way to get up there, and most people would probably just take the staircase instead. But if you're really pressed for time, or you don't want to, take the time to go inside there, that little cracked hole there, you can do something a little different that's pretty creative. You can use this crate here to jump onto the brick on the brick just before the ledge. See that? That's a shortcut there. That's a shortcut because you cut in half the time it takes for you to get up there, instead of having to deal with the base climbing animation, having to climb onto that brick and then jump onto the ledge and then grab the fence. I just cut out 2 actions Drake had to do there. Here's another shortcut on Desert Village. This one is pretty similar to what I did on Chateau there. You see how I have to climb up 3 times to get up there? Well, you don't have to do that with this. And also, there's this spot here they laid out for you. But you can use the cover right here to get on top of it. I just cut out like a whole 3 different actions there. A whole 3 different animations there just to get up there. Now, there are people that tend to go up there sometimes. It's not all the time, but it's useful. It's faster. That's what matters. Now, here's another thing. Again, it's already pretty fast enough to climb up there, but you can just do that if you want to fool somebody. You want to take a different way. You want to avoid some shots. You might just want to climb on that fence there and throw them off and make them think that you're going to climb onto the ledge. Not only that, but you can get on top of that fence there and just shoot them from the fence rather than shooting them from the ground if you so choose to. See, as I'm demonstrating here, you can do that if you want to, and then jump on. It's up to you how you want to use that shortcut. Now, this is another one that's commonly known. This one isn't really, I just decided to highlight it because it's it's a shortcut nonetheless. You know, helps you go down to the lower level faster. This one here is probably really obvious to most people, but again, a shortcut is a shortcut. You know, I might as well highlight it anyway. So I'm showing it back and forth here that you can jump from this cover to the ledge there and then back, and there you go. Now, Ownin Underground doesn't really have any shortcuts at all that are involved jumping or climbing, but I had decided to highlight this as I mentioned it a while ago. Normally you just sprint up the stairs. Like, anyone just sprints up the stairs. They don't really care. They just want to get up there faster. But you can conserve your sprint by just jumping on the staircase here. This is the only staircase in the entire game that you can just cancel the jumping animation like this constantly to get up there faster. Syria has some interesting shortcuts to it that I kind of discovered. Namely this one here. This one is very interesting. Now see how the normal way to go up there is really slow. The sniper guy can easily get out of there well before you get up there. But let's say you're coming from the rocket room. Well, you can just climb on this pillar and jump across like that. It takes some practice to get it consistently, and I messed it up a few times when I was trying it out and seeing how it worked, but generally speaking, it's the thing to go to when you want to get up there faster, and especially if you want to make yourself a harder target for the guy that's in the sniper box here. So just, you know, and then you can just shoot him away. He won't even know that you're coming that fast. And here's another one here where you start off. If you start off on this side of the map at the beginning of any Syria match, you may want to just always take this way. But here's the normal route. Again, some of these clips I show the normal route where they have you go up the stairs or they have you climb up some bricks. But me, I just avoid all of that. How do I avoid all of that? Well, I just jump on this cover here and jump on there like that. You can go that way, but there's an even faster way than that, because that took 2 animations to get up there. This only takes like 1. There you go. I'm already on the ledge there. So if you start on this side of the map at the beginning of the match, just take this way when you want to go to the RPG room. Don't go the long way. Don't go the basement way. Take this way. It's faster. It's, you know, no one's going to know that you're going to jump through there like that. Alright, and then here's this one. This one's already commonly known. It's not really that big of a deal. You go up the stairs normally, or you can just climb up this little ledge here. You know, most people know about it. It's pretty obvious, I feel it is. But again, I'm just showing it just to show it, and it's because it's part of the shortcuts dealio. Here's another one. Again, avoiding the whole ladders issue. Climbing ladders is infinitely slower than jumping and then, you know, climbing or whatever. So see, it only took like 2 animations to get on top of that bridge there. So here's the other side, how you can get on the bridge faster, and it's using the piece of cover here to get on top of the bridge faster. It saves time. You don't have to deal with going onto that ladder to the right. Again, avoiding that ladder on the right completely. And then here's this side again. I'm showing you that you can just takes 2 animations. Again, the reason why jumping is faster than just climbing up from the ground is because you trigger a certain animation that is less laggier than the climb animation. It allows you to press X faster and get onto that ledge quicker. Initiate the next animation quicker, that is. So here's City of Brass shortcuts. These are well known. I've seen plenty of players use it before. I'm just showing it because it's part of, you know, the whole shortcuts deal business. So again, I show the normal route here. You normally go up the stairs, but let's say you're coming from these stairs here, and you want to go up to the 3rd floor, technically speaking. Well, you just climb here, and you climb up here. You know, it works on both sides, on heroes or villain side, and it works the same way. It's not too difficult. It's pretty easy to do. Again, these are things people already know about, but I have to point them out anyway, because not everybody knows about them. Here's another shortcut, another one that is ground level to, from top level to ground level. It's just faster than having to go all the way, you know, jumping off to the right. Now, landing that jump is tricky, because you have to make sure you space yourself just right so you actually hit the little fence there. But it's not too difficult to do. With some practice, you'll get it all the time. And again, works on both sides of the heroes and villains maps or whatever. Here's another tricky one. This one I've messed up several times before in many matches I played on City of Brass. But the general idea is you want to, again, use the ghost platform to get to that ledge across that gap. You also want to avoid grabbing this piece of cover there that I did. That's a mistake. That's messing up the shortcut. But I decided to keep it anyway because it shows you what you shouldn't try to go for. You should try to go for that ledge there that I just grabbed onto. and make sure that you get it just right, because if you do, you save a lot of time. This is another thing. It's more just preference, really. I mean, people like to try and just jump like I just did there. They just jump from there. That's pretty much the intended way for you to go, but you can actually use this little thing there, but I messed up right there. You can use this little, I don't know, this platform here to grab onto the third bar here, and then save some time to climb up. Now, I got an animation I didn't want. The animation that you want to get is one where it's not going to make you lag and sit there for a whole 2 seconds. So as you'll see here, that's the one you want. That's the animation you want to get. That's the fastest way you'll climb up there. It's faster than going from the ground level. Now here's Graveyard. Now there's, again, ladders. I avoided that ladder there. You know, avoiding that ladder is difficult sometimes, because sometimes Drake will grab it, like there, see? I didn't intend to grab that. You want to make sure you're always on the left side there, as far away to the left as you possibly can. Now, most people would take the ladder. Again, another ladder thing. You can just as easily just grab the ledge there from there, and then bam, you save a crap ton of time. You know, wow, amazing. And here's another situation where you avoid a ladder. You just climb up there from the side, use the little fence there, and jump across like that. Fastest way to get to the sniper spot when you start on the hero's side. I recommend always doing it. If you want to get that T-bolt first, take that shortcut. You will get it before anyone else does. Guarantee it. It's the fastest way. You know, I've seen people go up the stairs or climb, jump into the water and then climb up, and I still beat them. So here's another shortcut. If you want to deal with someone on the turret and you don't want to go the most obvious way, go in the water, climb up here somehow, and then just jump on the little fence there and jump there and then shoot them from the side. Of course, you could always just go the sneakier way if you don't want them risking, the possibility of seeing you. You could always just go the normal way, which is up that ladder on the other side there. Just an alternate route. Now, London Streets doesn't have very many shortcuts. The reason why I jump on that little garbage bin there is because the animation you get when you land, when you grab onto this little wall here, it's less laggy than the animation you get when you're climbing onto it from the barrels and junk. So here's this shortcut again. I showed in the tutorial episode I put out a week ago, where you climb on to the crate there, you climb into the window, and that's very easy. You just got to have your camera angled up a little bit. Now, Fort only has one shortcut. Unfortunately, there aren't many, so you can avoid climbing the bricks and save some time by going over here and climbing up here. Of course, that's well known in Uncharted 2. I just decided to highlight it because, again, I never really see anyone do it, though, so I don't know. Here's some Lost City shortcuts. This one, again, less laggy. You save some amount of time. I say some amount of time because it's not, definitively the best way to go all the time, because you make yourself more visible, because the person, that's on that second level there will be easier to see you. But also, if you're on that cover there, you can shoot someone from the second level, from that ground level to the second level easily. So here's some more shortcuts. Again, using cover to get onto the second floor of the old rocket room. Very fast. It's very simple. You save a bunch of time. Works on both sides of it. It's not difficult at all. I never really see anyone do it, honestly. They usually just go up the stairs, or they're just jumping across from the second floor. Hey, if you want to get up there faster, take that way. So here's more. If you're coming from this side, you can actually just jump onto the second level there. It's a little tricky, though. You have to trigger a certain animation to get you to get over there. It's a different jumping animation. It's only triggered if you get onto that platform a certain way. See how how that worked? I wish I could show it better, but it's kind of tricky. So you want the animation where Drake spreads his arms out, like he's gonna jump from really far away. See that animation right there? You want that one because his left arm is reaching up for the ledge. Here's Cave. This is really simple. I never really see anyone do it, though, for some reason. I see a couple of people do it, but not everybody. This one is really easy. It's way faster, save a lot of time. This one is really odd. It's not really one I recommend doing all the time because of how tricky it is, and I don't really think it's worth it. It's cool to do, though. It's pretty flashy, I gotta say. It's flashy. That's all it is, really. I decided to show it because it's flashy. You can use it if you want. I never really do. Because there's some risks involved, but you do get a nice animation that saves some time, I guess. Now Sanctuary. Sanctuary has some interesting shortcuts, I guess. This one isn't really a shortcut. It's more of just a different way to go up there. I don't really think it saves any time at all, but it could be used to sneak up on somebody that's on there. Now, this is another one here. Most people will just climb all the way up to the tower and then jump down onto the roof. You shouldn't do that. Just take one of these shortcuts here. Climb on the bricks and jump across, or climb on the little piece of cover there and jump across. Again, works on both sides of the tower. This is something that worked in Uncharted 2. The Uncharted 2 maps have a lot of flexibility in regards to these kinds of shortcuts. So they have a lot more than Uncharted 3 maps do. In fact, we're done with Uncharted 3 maps at this point. We're on Uncharted 2 maps. So this is Sanctuary, again, showing you that you can get onto the roof there with or without the piece of cover. You can do the same thing on this side. Again, you just gotta take this way. Screw climbing up from that balcony there. Just jump across to the roof. Plaza has some nice ones that are pretty similar to that as well. Save some time. Don't climb the ladder. Just climb this piece of cover here and jump across. I've seen plenty of people use this before, so it's not really anything too new, but hey, it might help you. And same side. On the other side on Plaza works the same way. Not too difficult. Very easy to do. Save some time. Again. Alright, so here, this one is new. This one is definitely new. I never see anyone do it. Pretty much you got to position yourself as much off the ledge as you can on the right side to be able to jump off and grab. It's very tricky. It's very hard to get in a one-time go. That's why I never really use it, but if you can get it in a one-time go consistently, then yeah, it's going to be faster than anything in the alleyway, like climbing up the alleyway. Again, works on the other side as well. It's a little easier though because you don't have bigger signs or anything. But see how Drake likes to just grab the signs there. It makes it very difficult and annoying. But if you start up climbing from the left side, you'll more than likely have yourself already angled in the right position to just jump up there. It's easier than the other side I showed earlier. And again, this is an exclusive side. I think this is the hero side here. It's only exclusive to the hero side of the shortcut. Basically, you use the cover here to get yourself onto the little ledge there and grab, and then there you go. You cut out like 3 different animations there. Temple has some nice ones. You use the crates here to jump onto to climb onto this. Sometimes you will jump. Sometimes you will jump, and sometimes you might miss, and you might grab that ledge that I just grabbed there, and you'll fall. And that never happened in Uncharted 2. Now, in Uncharted 2, you could grab that whole platform there, that whole ledge. But in Uncharted 3, for whatever reason, they designed it differently. I'm not sure why the collisions are so different, but they just are. And now this one is really small, not really too useful. It's not really a shortcut. It's more just, oh, look, it's a different animation being triggered, and it can throw off somebody. If somebody's in the deagle spot and they hear you climbing up, it's a possibility that you cannot get kicked off during this animation, and you might screw their timing up. So see like how it's a different animation and how laggy it is? That could really throw somebody off as far as like kicking you off goes. So you could maybe pull them down after that animation's over. And it worked the same way in Uncharted 2, and I have had instances in Uncharted 2 where that did cause them to miss the kickoff. Now this one, it works way different from Uncharted 2. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if the character models are shorter or if your ledge grab range is shorter, but basically you can climb up there. In Uncharted 2 it was way easier. You have to have a certain angle in this game for some reason to go on top of there, but it saves a hell of a lot of time. And again, it's about avoiding ladders. It's about avoiding ladders. Ladders are super laggy. See right there, I have myself lined up and I don't grab. So this one I already talked about in the other video, and basically, you just use the ghost platform to your advantage to get across that gap. Not too difficult. Use the sprint to do it. Again, avoiding ladders. This shortcut avoids a ladder. Nothing too new. You want to avoid ladders at all costs. It's kind of sad that you actually have to avoid something that they created in the game, but, it's too laggy. You need to get up somewhere, then you're going to avoid the ladder. You're going to want to. It creates too much noise and so on. This one here I recorded later because I forgot about it, but basically you can use that little piece of cover there to climb up to the old to the Pack 80 spot here. I don't know how useful that is in the grand scheme of things, but hey, I thought I'd show it. Not many people know about it. Trainwreck has some interesting shortcuts here. You can avoid the ladders again. It only works on this side though. On the other side, the cover is too short to reach the way top of the train. I mean the car or whatever there. So heroes have this here only. Another heroes only exclusive shortcut. So keep it in mind. This little piece here is kind of tricky to get on top of, But once you do, it's well worth it. If you can get it consistently, you deserve a pat on the back, and, you know, you can use it to get up there faster and have an advantage early on in the game. I mean, even though, like, the ladder, you can just use the ladder here. See how laggy the ladder is? Like, it takes way too long. And then there you go. I messed up a few times, but there we go. Again, avoiding ladders here. See, I just like to avoid ladders. It just saves time. You don't run the risk of creating too much noise, and you stay silent. If you don't have cloaked. If you have cloaked, then it doesn't matter. But, again, more avoiding ladders. A lot of Trainwreck is about avoiding ladders or avoiding climbing in general because you make too much noise. And it's just generally faster to get on top of these little cars here and there, and, you know, makes you a harder target. Again, another avoiding ladder situation, especially this one because the ladder is all the way at the end of the car. If you're coming from this side, you can use the crate just to get on top of the car. Now, this one's an interesting shortcut because if you're going inside the train, you don't want to have to go all the way back out and climb the ladder or climb anywhere else. You can just use this little piece of cover here and climb up on top. Awesome, isn't it? I thought so. I guess I forgot a shortcut there, but there is a little bit of shortcut on Trainwreck that most people know about that's on the hero side, but it doesn't matter. I'm covering as much as I can. So here's Molten Ruins. I'm showing the normal routes first to get onto the second level here. Now, there's something that no one knows about, and that's climbing that little ledge there. I had no idea you could climb that little ledge there, but apparently you can. Obviously, the faster way is to get on top of the cover and then climb up, but yeah. And it works on this side, too. That little ledge there, you can climb on it on this side. It's really interesting, especially since there's no cover to you know, climb onto. You can just climb onto that little ledge there and get up there. It might not be a shortcut, but it is a different route, and I thought I'd highlight it and show it that, hey, this works. It wasn't in Uncharted 2 originally. They added it in Uncharted 3. So, just a little something I found. Now, here's something else I found when I was going through the shortcuts before I made this video. Believe it or not, I actually found something interesting on this map here. So, there's these little ledges on this platform here that look like that you can't grab them, but you actually can. You can actually grab them. Like, it's pretty crazy. I don't know if it's intended or not, but I don't think it would be. I think it's unintended. But, hey, you know, you never know. It's Naughty Dog. So, again, they might not be shortcuts per se, and they might be a little bit more risky to take, but you can definitely climb up them, and it makes some pretty interesting, you know, shortcuts. Jumping on these little pieces of cover here are technically shortcuts because they're placed in such a way that you can use them to climb up. I mean, I think it's intentional in some ways. So again, just showing this side that you can do the same thing. Not too difficult, pretty easy. It only works on one side on each of the platforms here, so just keep that in mind. Don't try going around like an idiot and trying the other ones. And there I was messing up, and just like I said, screw it. This is interesting too. I was actually looking for a different shortcut here, but I actually found a way faster one than the one I was going to show. So you walk up the stairs, and normally, you know, you walk up the stairs, but there you can just use the little ledge here to boost yourself up and be able to reach for the ledge there. That's way faster than going up the stairs and all the way around. You can just climb from that little ledge there. You know, it's kind of crazy how it just boosts you up a little bit, just enough to grab the ledge. Same thing on the other side, in the other house here. You can use the little ledge to climb up and grab that ledge there. Pretty crazy. I didn't think that was going to work, but it does, and it's pretty useful. I haven't really used it much lately because I haven't really played on Molten Ruins when I actually needed it. But if you're playing Plunder or Team Objective, maybe you'll need it. I don't know. Could be useful. And see, that's the ledge you want to use to boost yourself up to grab the, or that's a little, I don't know. And then this is a normal route there. But you can go up this little crate here. It's the one on the right only. You can't use the left side. In Uncharted 2, you could use the left side to get on top, but you can only use the right side now. I mess up that little bit there because you have to have the camera a certain way in order to grab it. There's other ways you can grab the ledge too from that crate there. High Rise has some interesting little things here. I know this one is probably well known, but I figured I would highlight it anyway because maybe not many people know about it. So you see that bar up there? Yeah, that bar, you can grab it. Just make sure you're angled right, and bam, you'll grab it. Not too difficult. You don't really need to angle your camera in a certain way. If you want to practice it, you can angle the camera and make it easier on yourself. But yeah, that's basically it. That's basically that one. This one I never see anyone use. I'm the only one who ever uses it. You can just climb in this window here and then, you know, jump to the middle roof there. Saves a crap ton of time. If you don't want to take the elevator shaft I just showed you earlier, you can just take that and then go straight through the middle there. This one's fairly well known. This is the normal route here, climbing up that wooden piece there. Very well known. This one, I mean, yeah, this is definitely well known here. Everyone usually I see climb up here, so I just decided to highlight it because, again, it's a part of the whole thing. It's a shortcut. Saves time. Not sure if it's intended or not, but hey, there you go. This one isn't really so much a shortcut as it is just to show you that you don't have to climb the crate to get to this floor here. But yeah, you don't have to climb that little crate there to get to the third floor. You can just jump across like that. And maybe it doesn't save time at all, but hey, whatever. This one might not save time, but it's pretty cool that I found it. It's might be a little flashy, I don't know. I mess up the first time I do it because the animation I got isn't what I wanted. So yeah, you want to grab the third little I don't know what you would call it, but I guess brick there, and you'll get up there faster than you would off the ground climbing up normally. Okay, so here's another ladder. Now, how do you avoid this ladder? You can't really avoid it. You just can cut off about half of it. You have to have a certain angle in order to cut off about half of the ladder, which is pretty annoying. It's very difficult to get consistently, but look at that. I saved a lot of time by just, you know, jumping and then grabbing onto about, like, the top half of that ladder. Again, you might want to take it if you can do it consistently. As you can see, I'm having some difficulty performing it and, you know, demonstrating it, but I eventually get it twice, so I'm like, okay, that's good enough. And then here's the last shortcut I know on Museum. This one is fairly new. I just discovered it recently. You can just use the little piece of cover here to get on top of there. Avoid a ladder. Woo! Ladder avoiding. Yay. Again, these shortcuts, they're about cutting time and, you know, creating less noise if you don't use cloaked. They can be useful even if you have cloaked. I'm just experimenting a little bit here. But in the end, yeah, shortcuts, this is pretty much all I know. There might be something I missed, and if there is, that's okay. You guys can figure it out for yourself and share it with your friends and the community and all that good stuff. So in the end, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful to you guys. You can shoot somebody through there. Pretty useful. So at the end of the day, I hope that this video was helpful and that you learned something new. And if not, I apologize for wasting your time. Goodbye.